Brunei, officially known as the Nation of Brunei, the Abode of Peace, is a small sovereign state located on the island of Borneo in Southeast Asia. It is bordered by the South China Sea and shares land borders with Malaysia. Hey, how are you doing today? I hope everything is going well for you. Welcome to my channel Knowledge of World. Brunei was founded in the 7th century by the Bruneian Sultanate. It was a powerful kingdom for centuries, but it declined in the 19th century due to European colonization. In 1888, Brunei became a British protectorate. It achieved independence in 1984. The Bruneian Sultanate was founded by Awang Alak Bey Datar, who is also known as Sultan Muhammad Shah. He was a descendant of the Srivijayan Empire, which was a powerful kingdom in Southeast Asia in the 7th and 8th centuries. The Bruneian Sultanate reached its peak of power in the 15th century when it controlled much of the coast of Borneo and parts of the Philippines. However, the kingdom began to decline in the 16th century due to internal conflict and competition from other European powers. In 1888, Brunei became a British protectorate. This meant that the British government took over the responsibility for Brunei's foreign affairs and defense. However, the Bruneian Sultan retained control of most domestic affairs. Brunei remained a British protectorate until it achieved independence in 1984. Bruneian culture is a blend of Malay, Chinese, and Islamic influences. The national language is Malay, but English is widely spoken. The main religion is Islam. The Malay influence is evident in Bruneian cuisine, music, and dance. The Chinese influence is evident in the architecture of some of Brunei's cities and towns. The Islamic influence is evident in the country's laws and customs. Brunei's most famous landmark is the Mesmerizing Hasan al-Bolkiah Mosque, which is the largest mosque in Brunei. Other popular tourist destinations include the Istana Nurul Aman, the Sultan's Palace, the Kuala Belait Fort, and the Temburong Rainforest. The Mesmerizing Hasan al-Bolkiah Mosque is a beautiful example of Islamic architecture. It is made of white marble and has a large golden dome. The mosque can accommodate up to 20,000 people. The Istana Nurul Aman is the official residence of the Sultan of Brunei. It is the largest palace in the world by floor area. The palace has 1,788 rooms and 257 bathrooms. The Kuala Belait Fort was built in the 16th century to protect Brunei from its enemies. The fort is now a museum that houses exhibits on Brunei's history and culture. The Temburong Rainforest is a beautiful rainforest that is home to a diverse range of wildlife. The rainforest is a popular destination for hiking, camping, and bird watching. The capital of Brunei is Bandar Seri Begawan. It is a small city with a population of about 100,000 people. The city is located on the Brunei River. Bandar Seri Begawan is home to many of Brunei's government buildings, as well as the Sultan's Palace. The city also has a number of mosques, temples, and museums. The population of Brunei is about 460,000 people. The majority of the population is Malay, but there are also significant Chinese and indigenous communities. The Malay people are the indigenous people of Brunei. They speak Malay and practice Islam. The Chinese people are the largest minority group in Brunei. They speak Chinese and practice Buddhism. The indigenous people of Brunei are the Belait, Kedayan, Murut, and Tutong people. They speak their own languages and practice their own religions. Brunei is a very safe and stable country. It has a low crime rate and a strong government. The country is also a member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, which is a regional organization that promotes peace and stability in Southeast Asia. The official religion of Brunei is Islam. About 90% of the population is Muslim. The remaining 10% of the population practices other religions, such as Buddhism, Christianity, and Hinduism. Islam is the state religion of Brunei. This means that the government is based on Islamic law. However, the government also guarantees freedom of religion for all citizens. Brunei is a constitutional monarchy. The current monarch is Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah. The country has a unicameral parliament, the Legislative Council. The Sultan is the head of state and head of government. He has absolute power over the country. The Legislative Council has 36 members, all of whom are appointed by the Sultan. The council has no real power, and its role is purely advisory. Brunei has a long history of authoritarian rule. The Sultan has been in power since 1967, and there have been no free elections in the country since then. The government restricts freedom of speech, assembly, and religion. In recent years, there have been some calls for reform in Brunei. However, the Sultan has shown no signs of giving up his absolute power. Here are some of the key political issues in Brunei: authoritarianism, oil and gas dependency, demographics, and international relations. The political situation in Brunei is likely to remain stable in the near future. However, the country's long-term economic and demographic challenges could pose a challenge to the government. Brunei has a very wealthy economy, thanks to its oil and gas reserves. The country has one of the highest standards of living in Southeast Asia. Brunei's oil and gas reserves are estimated to be worth about $100 billion. The country exports oil and gas to countries all over the world. Brunei also has a small manufacturing sector, which produces electronics, furniture, and food products. These are only a few broad facts about the world and its countries. There is much more to learn about the world and its people. To know everyone that follows us and stays with us, since we need everyone to progress forward. Thank you a lot.